Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to see you. Welcome to yoga. It's Dr. Clark, your favorite physical therapist, physical therapy educator, yoga instructor. I'm here, and I am so glad that you are here. So thank you for joining me in my home studio. As you can see, I have come up with like every single configuration in my house to try to do yoga with you. So it's a little different each week. I may be in a different spot on my mat than you, but we'll make it work. So thank you for coming. We are going to be engaged together in yoga for about the next hour. And this will be more of a power vinyasa style class. So my goal today is not only to strengthen us physically, but to strengthen us mentally. And I truly believe, I've said this in a number of classes now, that when you work on your actual physical alignment, I believe that your mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic alignment is truly possible. And so that sometimes means your alignment needs a modification or an adaptation, and that's okay. And so I'm here to help guide you with all of those things. So I would love it if you would join me in a comfortable seat on your mat. If sitting is not comfortable for you, you can go ahead and lay down. You could be standing, but I need you to be in a position and in a place where you can kind of just start to close your eyes, start to notice your breath. Don't feel forced to change anything yet, just notice. Are you short of breath? Are you mentally overwhelmed? Are you so happy to be on your mat? Could be any of those things. So just notice. And as you sit here and you draw your attention to your internal self, let's start to very slowly encourage our actual external self to be in alignment. So with your eyes closed, make sure you feel like your shoulders and your ears straight line between the two. And then your shoulders sit right over your hips. So it probably means you need to broaden across your chest and open up your heart and lift that heart open. As you're breathing in yoga, I want you to inhale and exhale through your nose. So sometimes we think of this as a 3-part breath. You inhale, kind of hold your breath at the top just slightly, and then you exhale, especially at the beginning. So put your right hand on your low abdomen, your left hand on your heart. As you inhale, let the air first fill your low belly, then moves up into your lungs, lifts your heart. At your maximum inhalation, just feel it and hold it for a second, and then let the breath back out through your nose. Repeat this cycle of breath 4 or 5 times, and maybe see if you have available to you a 4-count inhale and a 4-count exhale. And maybe you're working on more than that, 6-count, 8-count, whatever you're working on. I want 4 to 5 breaths. Let your day slip away. Let your to-do list start to just be something that is in the very, very back of your mind. The only thing you're focusing on right now with your eyes closed is your breath. And maybe as you start to breathe, you start to hear that auditory focal point and that sound. It's like an oceanic sound in the back of your throat. Maybe like a Darth Vader sound where you're like inhaling, exhaling, and you can hear that breath inside you. That breath is getting heated. That breath is getting cleansed. That breath is your literal life force that you are inhaling into your body. It's amazing. You're amazing. Good, and I'd love it if you gently blink your eyes open. We're going to come now into child's pose. So whatever position you were in for your initial, I want you to come into wide-legged child's pose. So your knees are wide to the edge of the mat. Your big toes touch. If you can already sit down on your heels, that's fine. If not, you can always put your block or your meditation cushion behind you. And then your hands gently walk out forward in front of you. And you want your forehead to rest on something. So if your forehead does not make it all the way to the ground, put a block or a cushion or a pillow in front of you. So wide-legged balasana, child's pose. Roll your forehead side to side on the mat. Just feels so nice to be able to do that. And being in this wide-legged child's pose, you can feel your breath. You feel it fill your belly. You feel it fill your lungs. You can hear it coming out of your nose. And while you're here in your wide-legged child's pose, forehead on the ground, I want you to set an intention for your practice. So this intention could be a mantra, which is just a word with the words I am in front of it. So it could be I am peace, I am love, I am patient. Maybe it's your favorite scripture. Maybe it's just this idea of physical alignment that you want to pursue. Just pick something that will be your intention and your focal point for this class. From your wide-legged child's pose, bring your hands together in a prayer mudra at the base of your neck, feeling a lengthening in your triceps. Maybe even putting those elbows up onto blocks while you're in this position, and that allows even more of a nice tricep stretch as you open across your shoulders. Your forehead comes down to the mat. You have a nice elongation in the back of your arm. Good. Stretch those arms back out. Come on back up to your comfortable seat. I want you to tuck your toes underneath you and sit on your feet. So what we're doing is providing a really nice stretch through the entire arch of your foot and your toes. And that might be more tolerable for some of you than others. So sometimes you literally have to reach down and stretch all those toes out, your pinky toe. And don't do it to the point of pain, but you want to have weight on your heels and just a nice stretch through that whole entire foot. Let's get your arms involved. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky, gazing up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reaching up, gazing up. Exhale, hands heart center. I want you to come up onto your tall knees. I'm just going to turn so you can see me, but you're just tall, kneeling on your mat. You can keep your feet flexed up. And we're going to start to open up our front body and do a gentle back bend. So why don't you start kneeling, put your hands on your hips. And what I want you to do is allow your body to bend backwards a little bit. And then come back up straight. And now what I don't want is a lot of hip movement while you're doing this. So your hips, you're going to try to keep them over your knees. And maybe it would feel nice to have a block back here that you're going to reach for. Okay, so I just dropped a block between my ankles. So I want you to take your left hand, come back towards a block or a heel, reach your right arm up long. So there's a twist through your spine. You're pressing your hips forward. Your right arm is lengthened to the sky. Your left hand's behind you on a block or your heels. One more stretch here, drop that head. And as you exhale, pull yourself back up to tall kneel and maybe take a break. Sit on your heels or sit on that block, because we're gonna go ahead and do the other side next. So when you're ready, come back into that tall kneel. I still like my toes tucked. I still have a block behind me. Inhale, hands to hips, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, push your hips forward, drop your right hand back, extend your left arm up. So we have a nice spinal twist and opening across our front body. Just kind of getting everything flowing. This is just a different way to warm up our spine. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen 1 more centimeter. And as you exhale, twist back to center first, and then sit your hips on down, either on your heels or to your block. Okay? We're gonna do 1 more twist to each side. So inhale, come back up to tall kneel, hands to your hips, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left hand drops back to your heel or a block. Right arm reaches up. Hips are still over your knees. Lengthen that front body. Maybe bring that right arm up towards your ear. Really opening that front body. Inhale, lengthen, gaze at your hand. Exhale, twist back, come to center, sit on your heels or your block. Come back to your breath, come back to your intention. Let's roll those shoulders. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Switch the direction. Inhale, backwards and up. Exhale, forward and down. 1 more. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Good. Inhale, come back up to your knees, hands to your hips, lengthen your spine. Exhale, drop that right hand back to your heel or your block. Extend your left arm long all the way to your ear, keeping those hips pressing forward, opening your front body. Maybe gaze at your hand if it feels okay on your neck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting back. Come back to center, sitting on your feet. You should be in the center of your mat. I want you to come down to your seat. We're going to do a little bit more opening of our spine. So I like to, anytime I'm sitting, I like my hips elevated slightly. So if you're on a meditation cushion or a yoga block, it just helps maybe open up your hips a little bit more. And so find a comfortable place that pushes you slightly to be uncomfortable. So I'm going to be in supine butterfly pose. I do like that pose. It is comfortable for me, but I want to be able to work on our trunk alignment a little bit more. So maybe for you it's supine butterfly pose. Maybe you feel good with your legs just out in a nice wide-legged position. So I'm just going to invite you to find that seated position that's comfortable for you while we still finish warming up our spine. So inhale, reach up. As you exhale, I want you to float down towards that right side. So my right elbow comes inside my right knee. My right hand is on my right ankle. My feet are flexed. I'm going to bring this left arm long up towards my ear. So lengthening on my left side body. Lift and open your heart. Good. As you inhale, come all the way up to the top. As you exhale, twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand in front. Now you're either in butterfly pose or this wide-legged seat, whichever works for you. Inhale, bring your gaze to center. Exhale, undo your twist. Inhale, reach up, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, hands heart center, and now I want you to reach out to the left. So I'm going to grab my left toe with my pinky or my peace fingers. My left elbow comes just to the inside of my shin. My right arm's gonna lengthen up by my ear. Lift and open your heart. Feel a lengthening on that right side body. One more breath. Good. Next inhale, come all the way back up to your seat, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, twist right. So right hand comes behind you, left hand is in front of you, using that to prop your spine long, but twist and gaze over your right shoulder. One more inhale. As you exhale, bring your gaze to center, undo your twist. If you're in a wide-legged seat, everyone's gonna come back and meet in supine butterfly pose. So if you've already been here, you're pretty comfortable, we're gonna just add a forward fold. So I want you to inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your heart, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back up to neutral. Exhale, round your back. So we're doing this like kind of funky version of a seated cat-cow in butterfly. How's that? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round your spine down. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round your spine down. Good. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round it down. Good. Inhale, come back to neutral. Flap those butterfly wings. So that just means lift those legs up and down. I want you to go ahead and reach down, bring those legs up, close them like a book. If you had a prop behind you, move it out of your way, because we're going to use our momentum to rock and roll ourselves up to a standing position. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust my camera so you can see me at the top of my mat. Can't see my feet, but you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to move through our Sun A salutation. You should be feeling like your spine is lengthened and long and you're nice and warmed up. So we're going to work through a few Sun A's, all right? I want you to inhale, reach, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. This is Uttanasana. Spine is long. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen from your crown to your tail. Exhale, frame your feet, step or hop back into plank. Lower your elbows down through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths here, downward facing dog. Walk out your feet. On your next inhale, lift your heels, lift your gaze, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front in a fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, reach all the way up to the sky, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, hands, heart center. Good. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Frame your feet, step or hop back, plank. Lower your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Give me 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. Okay, just moving my camera a little bit so you can see me. Downward facing dog, walk out that dog. On your next inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat in a fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen from your crown to your tail. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, reach up towards the sky, gazing at your thumbs. Exhale, hands, heart center. So you should be at the top of your mat in Tadasana. Tadasana is mountain pose. Your feet are hips width apart, your shoulders over your hips, over your heels, arms at your side. Close your eyes. Come back to that intention you set at the beginning of this practice. The only person that knows what that is you. We're going to do a few standing poses, so we'll do a nice standing sequence. We're going to start. I just want you to go ahead and hop your feet wide on your mat, okay? And so what we're going to do is move into a nice yoga squat. So peel your toes out and your heels in. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hands heart center, come down really, really, really super low into your yoga squat. But we're not going to stay there long because we're going to inhale all the way back up, reaching to the sky, gazing at your thumbs, maybe arching your back. Exhale, come all the way back down to the ground in that yoga squat. So my elbows are on the inside of my knees. My butt's hovering over the ground. Inhale, reach up, come all the way to the sky. Exhale, come back down to your yoga squat. So you're at the top of your mat in your yoga squat. I want you to put your hands down on the ground, and I want you to hop back to plank, and then I want you to hop into your squat. So hop back to plank, hop back to your squat. Now this hopping is like ridiculous for you. Step back, right foot, left foot plank. Step up, right foot, left foot squat. And then switch. Step back, left foot, right foot plank. Step up, left foot, right foot squat. So 2 more, however you like it. Hopping or stepping. We're working physically, control your mind mentally. How about 1 more? Back and forth, meet you in plank. From your plank, gaze down at your hands. Move your right hand to the center. Roll to the outer border of your right foot. Lift your left arm high. Side plank right. We got your heart moving. Maybe your breath is not feeling as good. If you need to drop that bottom knee, do it. If you want to lift that top leg, go for it. 1 more inhale. Exhale, plank, take a vinyasa. Bring that out. Meet in down dog. Maybe take child's pose, or wherever you're at, take 3 breaths. Shake your head out or roll it on the mat. Good. When you're ready, everyone come back to downward facing dog. Good. We're going to come back to plank so we can complete our series on the left side. So left hand to the center. Roll to the outer border of your left foot, right arm long, so you're in a nice side plank on the left. If you want to lift that top leg, do it. You also have option to drop the bottom leg and be in a supported plank. 1 more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to plank, take a vinyasa. And this time from down dog, we're going to come to the front. So inhale, lift your heels, lift your gaze, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. Good. So you're at the top of your mat. In Tadasana, inhale, reach. Exhale as you bring your hands heart center, step your left foot back, crescent lunge, okay? So in crescent lunge, my front knee is bent to 90, my back leg is straight. If I was to gaze back without tipping over, I'd see my back heel is lifted, makes a straight line, perpendicular to the ground. Your hands right now are at heart center, and you feel a lengthening across the front of this left hip, but a real strengthening in that right thigh, pressing and holding you up. I want you to inhale, arms come up over your head. So we're in this nice extended crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. So we're going to make this a little bit active because that's kind of what we're doing today, adding some physicality to our breath and our poses. So I want you to straighten your front knee. And as you exhale, come down into that, approaching a low lunge, but cactus arms spread across your chest. So inhale, reach and lift. Both legs are straight, but you're on that back toe. Exhale as you come down. It's like you're moving into a low lunge, but your hands stay up in cactus arms. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Maybe lift your gaze. Whoa. Exhale, coming back down, low lunge, but arms are cactus. Broaden across that chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen, lift your gaze. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back, take a vinyasa. Ooh. Or skip it all together. Come to downward facing dog. 2 breaths here just to do a reset before we move to the other side. Shake your head no. On your next inhale, lift your left leg high. On your exhale, step your left leg through to the front. So your legs are prepared as you engage your pelvic floor, lift your chest, lift your heart. We're in Anjaneyasana on the left. So your left leg is bent, probably close to 90. Your right leg is straight behind you, feeling a stretch across the front of this right thigh, feeling energetic and active on my right toes. Calm your mind. Focus on your breathing. In this position, see if you can engage that pelvic floor so you're like drawing in that lower abdomen, like knitting these ribs together, okay, without holding your breath and still allowing for that wide expansion in your lungs to lift your heart, right? This is a difficult concept to master, this breathing. You know what's coming. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your arms up above your head. Exhale, legs come down into our kind of runner's lunge, but arms cactus, open wide. Inhale, reach, lengthen, maybe gaze up. Exhale, bend your legs, runner's lunge, but arms open. You got 2 more. Reach, lift, inhale. Sit, lower, exhale, open your chest, open your heart. Inhale, lift, reach. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back. You got a vinyasa, or you can go to down dog, or you can skip it all together and go to child's pose. So wherever you are, take 3 breaths. Shake out your head. At any point you need a drink, you just go take it. Don't wait for me to tell you. Okay? We're going to come back to that Anjaneyasana crescent lunge. So inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right leg through. Ground down that right foot. Engage your pelvic floor. Lift your body, lift your heart, lift your arms. So we're back in crescent lunge. That front knee, if it's doing anything, it's like slightly tracking to the pinky toe side of your foot. It's not falling in, it's pressing out. Inhale, lengthen. I want you to exhale and do a twist, our water wheel. So you twist to the right. You open broad across your shoulders. Always option to take that back knee down to the mat. Find a place of peace and calm and mental focus. We are working on our physical body, but we're training our mental body to also be focused and persistent. Inhale, drop that right hand down to your back leg. Exhale, left arm up. We're stretching across your whole entire torso, your left side body, left hip. One more inhale. Exhale, windmill your arms down, frame your foot, step back, take a vinyasa. All your options here for modification. From down dog, 2 or 3 breaths. Remember, at any point in time, if you need to take a drink, just go for it. Especially when we're doing classes that have twisting, it's really good to stay hydrated because twisting literally wrings out your organs, and so by staying hydrated, you then flush all those byproducts out in a meaningful way, and your body feels better. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. First, get a good base of support, ground your feet. Engage that pelvic floor, lift your chest, lift your heart, lift your arms. Anjaneyasana on the left. We've been here before. You also already know what's coming. Don't skip ahead. Mentally, don't go there. Rein it in. Find your focus. Inhale. Exhale your shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale. Lengthen your chest. Exhale, rotate open. So water wheel on the left. Option to drop your back knee. Rotate through your spine. On your next inhale, left arm drops back to the right leg. Right arm comes up towards your ear. You probably feel a really intense stretch across your entire torso, your right side body, the front of your right hip. Inhale, lengthen, one more. Exhale, windmill your arms down, stepping back, taking your vinyasa, all of your options. We're only in down dog, 1 breath this time. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your gaze, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat in a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, reach your arms all the way to the tippy top. Exhale, hands heart center. You're in Tadasana at the front of your mat. Close your eyes. Come back to your intention. We've done some really physically challenging poses already. That requires mental stamina and focus. Let's come to some of our balance poses. So I'd like to do eagle pose today. So for eagle, if your right leg is on top, your right arm is underneath. So it's like the opposite. But I'll guide you through it. So when you inhale, just float your arms up shoulder height. As you exhale, wrap your right arm under the left, and then you just kind of twist them up. So my hands kind of meet in like this little uneven prayer position. So if my right arm is under, on my next inhale, my right leg comes up. And as I exhale, it crosses over the top of the left. And as I do that, I sit my hips. So it's sort of like a chair position for your hips. Maybe your right toe is a kickstand on the ground. Maybe it wraps around your left calf. You want your elbows to come up high so that you feel this really beautiful stretch across the back of your shoulders. Engage your abdomen. Your left leg's working really hard to hold you. Focus your gaze. One more breath. And when you exhale, unwind, shake out your arms and your legs. I like to roll my shoulders here, backwards a few times. Then I roll them forward a few times. And we'll do eagle on the other side. So ground down your right foot. That's our balancing foot. We're going to set up opposite this time. So first I want you to inhale, hands on hips, lift your left leg. As you exhale, cross your left leg over your right and sit your hips. Okay? So my left toe can be a kickstand on the ground, or it can wrap this full eagle wrap behind your right calf. Inhale, float your arms up shoulder height. If my left leg is on top, means my left arm goes underneath. So left arm under, right arm over, do your little crisscross. Your hands meet, sit lower, lift your elbows. Beautiful. Focus on your breath. Your physical strength helps give you mental clarity. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, unwind, shake it all out. Feels so good. I like to roll my shoulders. That's a really intense shoulder stretch, actually. So roll them back a few times, roll them forward a few times. We did some nice openers already for our back. So the other balance pose I would really like us to do today is dancer. And so I'm just going to turn on a profile for you, but in dancer, I'm going to do my right leg first. So I ground my left foot, I bend my right knee, I take my right arm, I roll my palm open, and then I grab my foot. So my grasp is over the mound of my big toe, like the arch of your foot, and my thumb is on the mound of my big toe. Okay, so figure out your focal point here, because on your next inhale, lengthen your spine, lengthen your left arm up, and as you exhale, tip forward at the hip, extend your right leg behind you while you're holding it. So you open across the right shoulder. You're opening your front body. One more inhale. Exhale, come out of it as gently and as slowly as you came in. Tadasana at the top of your mat. Let's bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. We're going to do dancer on the other side. Ground down your right foot. Take your left shoulder, roll it open, palm up. Bend your left knee, grab the arch of your left foot with your left hand. Your thumb is on that big toe mound. Okay, so my right leg is not insanely hyperextending my knee locks because I need like a little softening to hold my balance. Inhale your right arm high. And as you exhale, tip forward at your hip, extending that left leg behind you, opening across your front body, opening that left shoulder. When you're ready, you come back out of it as carefully as you got into it. Good. Pull your shoulders. I want you to come to the top of your mat. I want you to hop your feet apart like we did already. Turn your toes out. Sit down into Malasana Yogi Squat. So I'm just going to adjust so you can see me here. Okay, so your feet are wide. You came down into your beautiful little Yogi Squat. Your elbows are on the inside of your knees. Your feet are pointing out. My hands are at heart center. Let's do a nice twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Come back to the center. Other side. Left arm down, right arm up. Come back to the center. Sit on your bottom. Okay? And we're going to just massage our spine a little bit. So a little rock and roll. So I like to cross my feet, hold my knees, rock down, rock up to your seat. Rock down, rock up to your seat. Switch your feet. Rock down, rock up to your seat. Last one. Rock down, come up to your seat. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. This will be a good time if you have a strap or you have some blocks nearby, just like in case you need them, put them up within your reach. We're going to do some really nice stretching. So from your comfortable seat, move that tissue out from underneath you. Lengthen from your head, your shoulders, your hips are all in a nice alignment. Flex those feet. Inhale, reach. Lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold. So maybe in your forward fold, you can grab your toes. Maybe you can grab the bottom of your feet. Maybe you're like, I am like not even close to that. Totally fine. Use that strap. So that strap becomes your arm extension. So you still lengthen your spine. You still open across your chest. You still forward fold at your hips, and your arms just become extended with the strap. Okay, so find some ease and some comfort in the discomfort. Inhale that oxygen to whatever body part is talking to you. Maybe add some bend to your knees. That'll relax the back of your legs. When your muscles are more relaxed, your nervous system is more relaxed. It doesn't feel like it's in this fight or flight mode. It's not working against you. You can ease into the pose even more and eventually push your legs a little straighter. Okay? One more breath. Good. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up to the top. Roll your shoulders, roll your ankles. We're going to do a seated twist here. So I like to bend my right knee, cross it over my left knee, and then I bend my left leg underneath me. Okay? If that doesn't feel accessible to you, all you need to do is bend your right leg in as far as it'll go, and we'll twist from there. So we're all going to meet in whatever is your starting position for your twist. I want you to inhale your left arm high, and as you exhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Your right hand is behind you. Okay? If this is too much, you literally just hold your knee and rotate towards the left. Okay? So you can hug the knee. You can be all the way over in front of the knee. You can even do a bind where, get this leg tucked back enough. When you do this wrap, my shoulder is in front of my right knee. My spine is long. I have a nice twist. I feel a very intense stretch on the outside of my right hip. Just breathe. When you're ready, bring your gaze forward. Undo your bind. Carefully undo that twist. Legs come out. Walk them like mat width apart and just rotate your legs side to side for like a little windshield wiper, neutralize your spine. So we're going to do that twist on the other side. So when you're ready, either your left leg just comes in and you might just hug it with the right leg and start to twist to the left. That's a really good place to start. If you are feeling that you have a little more flexibility or more mobility And if you want more compression and twisting to this abdomen area to really bring it out, you bring your legs in really compressed. You inhale your right arm up. As you exhale, you bring your right elbow outside of that left knee, and maybe it wraps, okay? I don't have the same shoulder mobility and flexibility on the right and the left. I have old right shoulder injury. So you have to respect your body and your body's physical history and your own story and just meet yourself where you're at. If you'd like to work towards a bind, this is also a good spot for a strap. So again, it like gives you that little go-go gadget arm feeling, okay? So it can help you. When you're ready, bring your gaze back to center on an inhale. Undo your twist. You're going to come rolling down onto your back. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see me. We've already done a lot of back bending, so we're going to go just into a nice inversion. So I like to do legs up the wall. So I lift my hips just enough in a bridge to get a block underneath there, and I let my hips relax on that block as my legs go straight up. There's no more work. There's no more hard stuff. We're going to let all of our body fluid just ever so easily flow back towards our heart. Less work for your heart, less work for your lungs, calming for your nervous system. If you want to add sleeping tiger, your arms just go up and your wrists drop and flop. So the fluid is just flowing back towards your heart from your toes and your fingers. And even once it gets back to your hip, because your hips are elevated, it flows back towards your heart. Close your eyes. Come back to your intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. Remember that we are taking lots of time to be physically strong, because in doing that, we build our mental strength and our mental clarity. And when we align ourselves physically, we have the opportunity for, I think, mental and emotional and energetic alignment. So just be thankful and grateful you brought yourself to the mat today and you participated in this strengthening class for your mind and your body. Bring your hands down, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor 1 foot at a time, just enough to lift your hips and get that block out from underneath you. One last time, I want you to bring your knees in towards your chest, just to give yourself a nice little gentle hug, maybe rolling side to side. It kind of massages your back and like your kidney area a little bit. One last final twist. So with your knees tucked in, drop them both to the right side. Extend your left arm long, gaze at your left hand. You're in a supine twist. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, drop both knees to the left. Extend your right arm long, gaze at your right hand. Last time, bring your knees in. Give yourself a gentle hug. We're going to move into our final rest, which for you, I'm recommending Shavasana. I'm going to take it seated. But for Shavasana, you're going to go ahead, make your legs wide on your mat. Place one heel on either side of the mat. Let your feet just fall open to the sides. Your head is resting back. Let your arms fall open to the side. Really taking up space on that mat. More of like a starfish. Close your eyes. There is nothing left to do but rest and reap the benefit and the reward of this final resting pose, this Shavasana, this opportunity to have complete silence for just the next 60 seconds. Keep your eyes closed, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Be very careful with your movements as you gently roll onto one side. And as you're laying there on your side, I hope that you just get this sense of absolute peace and quiet and calmness. And that's a gift you just gave yourself. That is the magic within you that yoga unleashes. And when you align your body and your mind and your spirit, you just have this sense of absolute peace. If you're not already there, gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to your heart center, thumbs pressed to your sternum, chin slightly tucked. Gently blink your eyes open. In yoga, it's customary at the end of our class and our time together to say Namaste. And that means the light and the love inside of me sees, honors, and cherishes the light and the love inside of you. And so if that resonates with you, please join me and we can bow to each other and say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you feel that you were physically challenged, but that actually brought you some mental clarity and some peace. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. And I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.